Hey, I need some juice in my head. We back. We back again. We back again. Let me turn this down. Hey, everybody in the front. Oh, come on now. Yeah. We back. What up, podcast land? It's your boy, Bren'Tel. This is the I Can't Afford to Quit podcast, and today we have with us Stephanie, Celie, X in the building. Say what's up to the people.
Hi.
She's phoning in from Zamunda.
Yes.
How are you? How's your week?
I'm good. I've been at home all week because my daughter has had the flu. So that's been eventful.
Little baby Zora.
Yeah, little baby, because, she's to my hip on a flare.
Yeah. Okay, we got to do the part over. Thought of the week. Are we entering the age of outrage? I was looking at, different situations, and I'll just narrow it in to something more recent with, like, how people, not people, but we just keep it on a narrow demographic. We just talk about black people. How people didn't take how serious they took these two separate situations, as far as R. Kelly and Michael Jackson. The Michael Jackson situation wasn't taken as seriously by black people as the R. Kelly situation was, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if we keeping it real, it's because Michael Jackson's victims were white boys. And as far as R. Kelly's victims were black women. So, like, the concern is this different. And due to, like, just that specific situation, how those two situations are looked at differently, and judged differently, people, we just be honest, they were cherry picking on those two different issues, right?
Yeah.
And that, when that happens, you kind of discredit your credibility. You know what I mean? As far as your outrage, you discredit the credibility of your outrage. So, is that adding to the beginning of the end? You know what I mean? That's where I was getting with this. And go ahead.
Well, people gonna always be outraged about something.
Mm-hmm.
I think when it came to when it comes to these two situations, number one, when you think of R. Kelly, like, I know my coworker at my job, which is a white woman, and she's from here. She's from Clyde. Mm-hmm. She was like, I've never heard who R. Kelly was. I never heard his music. You know what I'm saying? Versus Michael Jackson, he was universal.
Good point.
So everybody knew who he was.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You got people in Singapore, doing Michael Jackson impersonations at the clubs in Singapore. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, mostly 90, if not 100% of R. Kelly supporters and fans were black women and men. Mm-hmm. Versus Michael was international. So, yeah. And that's why when they did the documentaries, they were scaled the way they were scaled. Now that everything is coming out with the Me Too movement and with R. Kelly and, all of these, everything that's, with the whole underage girls and, even back in 2001 when he got, when he was tried with the videotape. You know, the lady who one of the coworkers, she was like, I didn't even know that, and that made national news.
Right.
And she still didn't know who R. Kelly was. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, when that happened with Michael, when they was accusing Michael, you know, of sexually assaulting and molesting those, that was everywhere. That was plastered everywhere, all around. That made world news.
Right. Because he's
So it was
definitely
just,
too big, two totally different level of artists. Yes, I got to put that into the equation too. But
yeah.
furthermore, on this thought, I was listening to Van Lathan's podcast, the Red Pill podcast, and he had Murder Mook on, and they were talking about the previous podcast that Murder Mook had. I don't know the name of their podcast. I can't even think of. Oh, Easily Offended. And he had this girl, Yes Jules, on there, and it was a debacle. Basically, Just Jules is a white woman, and she kind of was she was attacking these two black women that doesn't they're not even in the same lanes as her, and they had past issues or whatever, and whatever. So the internet got upset about that, right? So Van Lathan was not questioning. He was having a conversation with Murder Mook, and there was a part when they got to talking about like did you feel any need to defend those black women when Yes Jules was attacking them, and he was like man, I don't know them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know them, so I'm not gonna jump into that beef. I'm gonna stay completely neutral. And what made it clicked with me right then and there. I'm like, he tried to like woke conversation Murder Mook, and that shit don't translate to street dudes. You know what I'm saying? They live by a whole different code of ethics. So that made me go into a whole nother little thought process of like the shit and the rules and, you know, the ethics that people and etiquette that people use on the internet. That shit that it doesn't translate to the real world in most cases, not all cases, but in most cases. So that's gonna help end this age of outrage, and like we're gonna go back to. I feel like we're gonna go back to where the internet is not as powerful as it used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, yeah. Back in the day, the internet didn't have this power that like social media has now. You know what I'm saying? I think it's good the power that social media has on a social justice standpoint is going to decrease because of like integrity issues and shit just not translating. People getting like ridiculous with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's I don't know. This is a long thought.
But
What's up?
but when you think about outrage and things that happen, you know, in the world, and then it's on the news, it's just it keeps you distracted.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps you focused on this one point, because they're conversation starters though. Mm-hmm. Like what we're talking about, you know, they're conversation starters though. And then that brings out so many, you know, different opinions and perceptions, and I don't know. It's just a lot of stimulation. That's what that's about.
Mm.
But and somebody gonna always be so outraged about something, and then get on Twitter and write a whole fucking dissertation about them being so outraged. Because that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like at the end of the day, you get what I'm saying? You outraged about the whole, you know, Michael Jackson and all that. Like, the man dead and gone.
Oh, you know what? I heard, because everybody knows I'm a faithful listener to the Black Guy Who Tips. Shout out to Rod and Karen. And Rod had a really good fucking point. He was like, people like, oh, Michael Jackson dead and gone, man, leave him alone, whatever, whatever. He's like, you know who we don't give a fuck about being dead and gone, and we still hold them accountable and still, want justice for the bullshit they did? Slave owners.
Yeah.
We don't give them no fucking pass. And I was like, damn, that is a really good point. That's a really good fucking point. But I don't know.
I mean, that's a scale. That's a scale now. That's a fucking scale. Yeah, Michael Jackson, molesting, white boys, and, we being enslaved for 400 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I mean,
it's a scale now. It's a scale, man.
The scale
That's a great point, though.
Yeah. If the scale move, it move. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That cherry picking shit. You know what I mean?
But I get what you're saying. Like, look, when it comes to my personal opinion, when it comes to Michael with them underage boys and R. Kelly with the underage girls.
Ring. They was at the ring. They was at the jewelry shop getting wedding rings, bro. That's crazy.
But here's another thing.
He did that shit. He did it. I don't care. I just had to say that. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm good.
Okay. Okay. You let that out?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I just wanted people to know where I stood. He did it.
Okay. Now here's this whole idea that I'm thinking. Like, had nobody said anything, had he not had he not been alleged, as they said back then, of him, sexually molesting them boys, or even with R. Kelly, and it just got brought out now.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like how it was with Bill Cosby, like that just came up out of nowhere. I don't know. And is wow. If nothing was never said about it, like, I don't know.
So where are you going with that, though? If nothing was said about it,
it's just like why now though?
Cause people feel that like I said, we live in an age where you are you feel more comfortable with speaking out now because the internet has made it okay to speak out against your abusers, and that's outside of these two situations. You know what I'm saying? These two cases, I should say. That's worldwide, a whole worldwide scale. If just like they just had some Catholic priests go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Recently, like last week. So, like, we live in an age where it's okay to speak out. That's why now. Because before, when they spoke out before, nobody believed them. Nobody wanted to do anything. So, I don't know. You got an album? You got an album of the week?
I'm still on Solange. So
okay.
Come back with me when I'm off her cloud. Okay. Because I actually do like the versatility in the album, though.
It sounds like one whole. Okay, you got it.
It sounds like one whole what? Don't come for her. You better not come for her.
Hey, I like the album, but I'm saying like versatility. Like the first 7 songs sound the same. First 4, I should say. It sounded like a vibe. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We talked about it last podcast.
Yeah, but no. Yeah. Don't do it. Okay. Don't do it. It don't, like, the more you listen to. I don't know. Maybe because I'm visual with a lot of stuff when I hear music. I get different concepts from it. I like it. It's a whole like you can clean your house. You know what I'm saying? Stage it. You know, cook a plant-based dinner and shit. Cook a vegan dinner off that whole album though.
Oh, fair enough. Fair
No
enough.
bullshit though. Oh, but anyway, back to the point I was making because I didn't want it to sound like an airhead point.
Okay.
But because of this in this age right now in this era versus back in the 90s when it was going on with Kels and Michael, it's just like now the internet and social media gave it that momentum though. Because you seen it was happening, but you didn't see it. You get what I'm saying? But now you don't have no choice but to see it because the real world is connected to the internet so much, though. Like, we solely rely upon this source. So now that's our source for everything. It's not like, you get what I'm saying, you go to the library and you look up, like, old news articles. You can do that shit on the internet.
Yeah.
It's just like now that's becoming that's the source. And then you got that with the social media aspect of it. The social media gave, you know, these stories that platform. Like, I ain't been hearing so much about Finding Neverland. I'm not going to even lie, like, up and down my algorithm. Well, Leaving Neverland. I keep saying Finding. Leaving Neverland. As I did, you know, Surviving R. Kelly. But, like, at the end of the day, you know, social media and mass media, they know who to target. They know what, you get what I'm saying, demographics to target.
Okay.
And they put it on Lifetime. Like, motherfucker, you got to subscribe to HBO. You feel me? Like, HBO is one of the elite subscriptions you get in cable. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay for HBO now.
You always had to.
Well, I mean, you had, but you get what I'm saying? Now you got an app, though.
Right.
Do Lifetime got an app? You feel me?
I honestly don't know. It's a good question.
Ain't Lifetime on basic cable? Can't you get that, like, on one of them rotary boxes or whatever? You feel me? So, like a motherfucker, you get what I'm saying? A motherfucker who ain't got no cable, you feel me? Like, they get one of them boxes. What was they calling them boxes, though? You get one of them boxes, you could get Lifetime. Because Lifetime is a part of basic cable, though.
I hear
So
you.
they knew. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But you ain't been hearing that. You ain't been hearing that. You ain't been hearing that in the hood. And you know what I'm saying? Like, my algorithm on social media, it's like it's a lot of hood motherfuckers. You ain't hearing as much as you did about Kels, though.
Right.
Like, people making, you know, people's having
Actually,
whole
you know
fallouts over
what?
that.
You know what, though? I think it was a big issue because, like, I hate to go back into it because I'm trying to move to the albums, but I'll make this point, then we're going to move on. Black Twitter with the memes is what makes shit bigger than what it really is.
Yeah.
And, like, the Michael Jackson shit, it didn't have that push where, you know, white Twitter, they memes ain't fire. We'll just put it that way. They memes don't be fire like that. So they can't really move shit like how, you know, Black Twitter, they move shit and it's like into the zeitgeist and it's like, it's booming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But moving on, my album is T-Pain's new album, One Up. It made me remember how dope he is, man. Like, his last album was okay. Oblivion was okay, but I think he reached the end of his deal, so he used a lot of good songs. Like, he got this one song on there called Keep This From Me, which is amazing, and he's a great writer. And, like, he don't get his just due. So, shout out to T-Pain for the One Up album. What else? Good news. Are you here for good news?
Yes, I
Before
am.
before we get into this treacherous shit,
Yes.
African American marketing expert Velma Traham launches small business program with a mission to end poverty through entrepreneurship. And did you get my? I sent you the rundown. Look in your email. Let's see. Yes, last month. I don't really. I'll just read the headline. Dang, God damn it. I'm jamming. I'm sorry. Let's see. What she's doing is she's launching like a monthly training program which extends to Houston, Orlando, DC, and across the globe, where new and current business owners can sign up at her website at velmatraham.com. Participants will learn how to pick business models that best fit their products or service, and how to determine what to sell and what to charge, the value of creating a minimum viable product, the importance of creating a strategic plan, the keys to a successful marketing plan, and much more. That's really dope. Actually, you got the link to that, so I think you should read that whole article. I'm not doing it. Okay. I'm ready to move on to the world of what's going on in the world of bigotry. I'm sorry. Oh man, I don't want to start with that. Definitely don't want to start with that. That's a lot. Jesus Christ, that's a lot.
You like, nah, we ain't gonna even do it.
Man, well, we need to. I do want to talk about the shootings in New Zealand. The shooting in New Zealand. Man, I might have to change the music for that. For real. What we'll talk about Lori Laughlin, and the college admission scams. How do you feel about that? Do you want to talk about that?
Becky. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes. Okay.
yeah.
Actress Lori Laughlin is free on $1 million bond after appearing in federal court, Los Angeles, on Wednesday in relation to her alleged participation in an elite college admission scheme. Like her fashion designer husband, damn, I'm not even gonna try that today. Who is suspected in the scam? Laughlin was allowed to put her home as collateral to secure the bond, according to TMZ. Damn, they putting up houses. Well, how you had mad money to you paid? Hold up. Okay, all right, we'll just keep going. The actress was allowed to retain her passport while for her work on a film project in British Columbia. NBC News reported she will have to surrender her passport in December when her projects in Canada are completed. It's a lot of accommodations made. You know what I'm saying? That's what it sounds like to me. Are you back on? Are you on mute? You hit that
I'm
button.
not.
Oh, okay.
I'm,
All right.
I'm
Laughlin.
reading the article.
Oh,
Though.
okay. All right. Laughlin and her husband are among dozens of people that the FBI says allegedly paid up to $6 million in bribes to ensure that their children were accepted to schools such as Yale and Georgetown. The couple faces charges of conspiracy to commit mail fraud and honest service mail fraud, according to the Hollywood Reporter. Laughlin and Ali, I can't remember how to pronounce his last name, are reported to pay $500,000 in exchange for having their $2 recruited to be a part of the University of Southern California crew team. Even though neither teen actually rode. A cooperating witness told the parents that their elder daughter's academic qualifications were at or just below the low end of admission standards. Damn. Becky, I'm Becky. Hallmark Channel spokesperson said the network has decided what effect, if any, her arrest will have on programming. It hasn't decided. Let's see. Let's skim down. Oh, okay. So that's all they got. So apparently, they were. It's a William Macy and a couple other people. Let me find this shit.
Wow.
Because I wanna get this right. College admission scam. But anyway, long story short, rich white people were paying for their children to be to get accepted into Ivy League schools and prestigious state schools. Okay, a lot of bribery, just straight up lying, saying that their children were part of athletic programs, like photoshopping their children's faces on actual athletes of the sport, just to get accepted into these schools, or not to get to get accepted, but to make everything look legit, which is mail fraud. There's all types of levels of fraud. If you want to research that, you can. What I want to talk about is the fact that some of these children did not know that their parents were doing this, right? And then I think back to let's and then there's another story I wanted to talk about. Let's see, let's check this out. Let's go to, we're gonna put a pin on what I was just saying. Let me read another headline. A black teen accused of cheating on her SATs while white students got away with college bribery scandal. Okay?
Mm.
Now I'm going to tie these two things together. Okay. As in these children in these scandals did not deserve to go to school. They didn't have the grades. They didn't have the talent, right? Whereas these are spots that were being occupied by people that weren't qualified to be in these spaces. Because you got to think there's legacy admissions, things of that nature, right? Where somebody will buy a wing of the school or donate for a wing, or pay to get it fixed up or whatever, upgraded. You know what I'm saying? And then your kid gets accepted to the school, right? Whereas somebody who is less fortunate, who has the grades, who has the extracurricular activities, who has the community outreach, and are way more qualified than the people that are getting walked in and haven't earned the spot. They're being forced to write hardship essays, things of that nature, right? Where you got to damn near beg to get into these colleges, right? These institutions. And especially like for black people, you got to do the all my life I had to fight essay in order to see, oh, she has the grades, he has the grades, they have the extracurricular activities, and they had a rough life. So let's help these people out. You got to pimp your trauma to get into these institutions, whereas these other kids, these fortunate kids, these rich kids, just get to walk right into it and haven't earned anything and aren't qualified to be there. And what's crazy is, going back to what I was saying, a lot of the kids don't even realize it, right? They don't realize that they're too stupid to get into these institutions. And why is that? Because you want your children to still feel like they're better than the poor people who had to scratch and claw to get into those institutions. You see what I'm saying? That's how white supremacy works. You know what I'm saying? You want your children to just unbeknownst to them, not knowing that they're getting this pass because of who they white. Oh my God. Let me think about Becky's children. It's the one who's the internet sensation or whatever, the internet YouTuber. Her daughter. She wasn't even at school when all of this shit came out. She was on the yacht with a chairperson of USC, which is the college that she goes to. She was on that person's yacht at spring break. Now, we can definitely for sure, I can tell you what that yacht looked like.
See,
I can tell you the demographics of what that yacht looked like. And that's where the whole networking and nepotism, where people who aren't white are elbowed out of, and they can't get into these networks. They can't utilize this nepotism. You see what I'm saying? That's how white supremacy works. It's a network. At the same time, once the power's been established and things are in place, this is how it works. And these kids don't know, so they actually think they are entitled to be there because they think they have earned it. No, you're not. When it comes to when you have to actually compete, you're not good enough. You don't have the grades. There's other people who deserve and earn the spots that you took. That's poor white people as well. Just to be clear, because white supremacy works against them too. They just don't realize it. But
yeah, wow. Okay. Just I'm reading the article as you're talking. Bribery, all type of shit. But white people been doing that since been doing that.
What's her name? Abigail Fisher or Fraser. One of the two. Let me Google that. Because I want to make sure I get that right. Let's Google that.
But then the eldest daughter got on YouTube talking about she really don't like school.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna be here filming another thing. I'm gonna be in another country filming this. Too bad you can't pull it up so we can listen to it.
Now, let's go back. Let's go back to 2013 and 2016. Okay. Abigail Fisher. Do you remember her?
No.
Okay, Abigail Fisher is the white woman who sued the University of Texas because she believed that affirmative action is why she was kept out of one of her spots. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't able to get into school.
Okay, now I remember. Yeah.
Yes. Can you imagine, like, being Some I'm so glad I ain't in college right now, cause I know for sure there's black and brown people who've been looked at like, oh, you're just here for affirmative action. You really don't deserve this spot. When they had to scratch and claw to be looked at as qualified to get in there. And I know they partying like shit. Like, yeah, let's look into your actual transcripts and your actual. Oh, did you really take your SAT? Oh, you probably did, but did you really take your SAT?
Oh no.
Because who is it? It was William Macy's son, where they paid people to take SATs for their children so they can get a high enough score to get into college, right? So apparently he was actually going to go to where, you know, the place where his SAT was going to be actually used. That score was going to be used. So they told him to go somewhere else. So he went and showed up and took the test, and they actually used the one that where the person that was paid to take his SATs. They used that score instead of the actual score that the kid, William Macy's son, actually scored. So you get a lot, man. It's just funny. It's funny when you think about it, like, but they'll be the first ones to tell you or to look down on somebody who had to get student loans, or they're only there because they had their own academic scholarship. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the means to go to school. And like wardens of the state who've gotten scholarships and all type of shit. Man, it pissed me off to know this, but I wasn't surprised, if that makes sense.
You know, when I heard about this, the whole college, I'm like, wow, okay, all right. White people and the things that white people do.
No. This is not white people. This is just, we have to specify.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes. Rich white people. Yes.
Rich white people.
Yes. Because a poor white person can never pull this off.
Yeah, no, they can't. Oh, wow. I just...
And what did you say, the differentiation of white people and people who happen to be white? Yeah, they definitely, They
white people. They rich white people. They rich white people. So, you know, they white supremacists as far as I'm concerned.
Until proven otherwise, really. That's how you got to look at it nowadays, for real. That's the sad part. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But the whole, oh my God. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you got kids, and you have kids who have the potential. You have kids right now that are in these inner cities that have the potential, that have Ivy League potential.
Right.
And simply cannot afford it. So they have to go to community college, because that's the only affordable thing they can go to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's sad unless you get a scholarship.
You know what I was thinking? This should motivate black and brown people to go to HBCUs.
Yeah,
really, it really should. That way you ain't got.
And I think the same thing, because
go ahead.
HBCUs are giving scholarships away. Like my cousin goes to Alcorn State, and they gave her $80,000 scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about free rides for the whole 4 years she's there.
Mm-hmm.
Free ride. You know what I'm? And that's at most, if all the HBCUs. It's just free money just sitting there. And y'all want to sit over here and go
some place that you're tolerated and not accepted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not to cut you off, I'm sorry. I had to get that out.
I know. You've been getting a lot out. And this today, you just been getting a lot out. Yeah. Just okay then. All right. You have anything else to say? You've been really taking it there. You've been really taking it there today. Who made you mad? This fucking college scandal. This shit is crazy. It's fucking crazy.
All right. All right.
Oh my
I
god.
feel like I'm ready to go to the New Zealand shooting. Okay. Let's go there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's take a trip down there. Man, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to be thinking about, you know?
It is. You don't feel overstimulated. Just I don't know. This is not just just a sidetrack. It's just like it's with so much going on. Like in the world, it's just you
Trying
you outraged.
trying to keep
Huh?
up, and then keeping up with stuff that you know is going to piss you off. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. But this is what it's like to be a person in a marginalized group, really. So, moving on. Mass shooters have exploded. Oh no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. We're gonna get into this. Okay. A far right terrorist is accused murdering 49 people in two New Zealand mosques on Friday. Damn, so it was two? Wow. I tried to stay away from the story. I ain't even gonna lie. The abominable crime that will devastate the small Muslim community of Church Christ long after the media has turned their gaze to other tragedies. Wow. Okay. This is no. Give me some news.
Wow.
Well, anyway, he streamed it live. He streamed the shootings live. The major part that I want to get to is that he made a point to say who he was influenced by. And it was a lot of the white nationalist, figures across the world is who he was, he said he was influenced by. And still, people are trying to say that it's not a white nationalist crime, and it's not it's not a racist crime. I mean, it's not a racist crime. It's definitely a Islamophobic crime. Well, it is. It is race crime because those people are definitely brown people. So I say this. He went to court and he flashed a white power sign.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, clearly you can see in the picture he's flashing the white power sign, this signal, the hand sign. And his face is blurred out. Don't you find that interesting?
I do.
Okay, here's why I find this interesting. Oh no, I'm gonna say this. I'm getting this out. I find it interesting because there is a correlation to the Ku Klux Klan. They do everything with this cloak over their face, right? They don't want to be seen. They want this anonymity, right? And for the media outlets to not show his face is that I kind of feel like, man, y'all are a part of him keeping his anonymity, and while he's done these fucked up things, you know what I mean? Case in point, really, what I'm saying, the unedited version of what I'm saying is y'all are part of it too.
Ooh, look at you on fire. You on fire. Too. Yeah. Wow. Hmm.
So, do we really need to do the UPS story? And it was in Maumee, which is not too far from where we are located. Oh man.
I mean, matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read
Okay.
it. I'm gonna read it because you don't read. No, you already fucking upset anyway, nigga. I hear it in your voice. 19 workers at a United Parcel Service facility in the Toledo suburb of Maumee, Ohio, have filed a lawsuit against their employer, accusing managers of not only enabling but encouraging a culture of racism and racially discriminatory conduct. A lawsuit filed Wednesday in the Lucas County Court of Common Pleas names UPS as well as 5 supervisors and managers who reportedly fostered a racially hostile workplace. The employees who are black claim 2 nooses were hung above an African American worker's desk and that a stuffed monkey dressed as a what? Dressed as a UPS worker was also. Oh no, yeah. And UPS don't even fucking pay that much. They should have beat the fuck out of them. But let me keep reading. And yeah, nigga, yeah, I'ma fuck you up over these $9. Fuck out of here. On another occasion, the complaints claims the white colleague refused to deliver packages to predominantly black neighborhoods and used a slur to describe the area. I know 5 good niggas right now that would have been waiting outside for them white co-workers to get off work. I would have called them on my lunch break. Yeah. It's a cold red. Yeah. The fuck out of here. UPS don't even pay that much, Bren'Tel. Nigga, package handlers start off with like an 11 something. That still ain't enough. African American employees come to work each day not knowing employees a racist comment or conduct will confront them. Being concerned that smirking or laughing white employees are ridiculing them because of their race and walking on eggshells to avoid a triggering problem. Y'all better beat they motherfucker. Okay.
No. Let's look at this. Let's look at this with more nuance. They saying that. That's every day. That's every day for black people.
Yeah.
For real. If we being for real honest, you know what I mean? Especially like in Ohio, since we're in like middle of America. You know what I mean? Literally. Yeah, you're gonna be thinking that. You're gonna be subconscious, like, whoa, what the fuck is that shit really? No, I'm tripping. Man, you gaslighting yourself all day, not knowing what the fuck these people are, you know what I'm saying, amongst themselves or whatever. Yes, that's the act. That's the life that you live here every day. And you can tell the person who wrote this isn't from this area. They're probably from Atlanta because it's on Atlanta Black Star. But that's what it's like to be here. Not knowing, constantly not, you know what I'm saying? You're on edge all day. It's probably like that across the world. But here, especially like in the area, because it's so saturated. You know what I mean? It's so saturated, and we're definitely the minority here. And every avenue and venue of work.
Let me tell you something. And this is just my first off. For UPS, let me tell you something. Let me go back to this article because I clicked out of it. But I want you it was a little paragraph right here. Let me scroll down to it. Because these men said some of the workers who have been working there for over 2 decades expressed angers over the company's tolerance for racist conduct and said their reactions to the mistreatment range from fear, anger, and disgust to dismay. Still, UPS maintains that it's addressed employee concerns. UPS better get they okay. UPS promptly investigated and took swift disciplinary action against those found to have engaged in inappropriate action, including the discharge of 2 employees, which they most likely gonna hire back if they've been there. They've been there over some years, probably 10 years plus. They probably gonna hire them back. Since that time, the company has participated in remedial action and cooperation of the Ohio Civil Rights Commission. You know, whenever they say Ohio Civil Rights, it's okay. I'm not gonna even get on that.
They not radical enough for you. That's basically. I know that's what you're about to say. But go ahead.
Yeah. So, but I'm just saying, like when you hear the word civil, like what's the definition of civil? Mm-hmm. Yeah, my point exactly. Nigga, we fighting to live. We not fighting to be civil. We fighting to live. That's what the fuck we have to do every day. Like, I'm at my job where I work fucking minimum wage, where I work, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even working in the field, you get what I'm saying, that I have education in, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm working at a factory with these motherfuckers who have only been around white people their whole life. And then I'm in this element now, because this is the most I've been around white people in my life. And it's just the dumb shit that they say. And it's just like, so you ain't never been around black, like, come on now. Because 9 times out of 10, somebody, probably your sister, your cousin, or your brother, your sister, somebody got some kids by some black people. Come on now. It's just the dumb stuff you say. You should want to be more educated. And it's just like, you know, when they ask questions, well, you know, well, how does it, I mean, you feel like you judge that? No, baby, I'm trying to live. You don't have to worry about living. You don't have to worry about when the flashing lights come in your rearview mirror whether you gonna live or die. Or when you walk into Starbucks, you know, are you gonna be racially profiled? Or when you walk into a Waffle House, that you're not gonna be drugged out by your hair or assaulted for the whole fucking world. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I watched The Shop, and Meek Mill was talking about, you know, the things that he went to in the last 4 years, right? And his parole or felony probation, it states that he cannot have any contact with police. He can't have police contact. So meaning, if anybody calls the police for some dumb shit, he can get violated for that. So he was like, if I would have been one of the 2 dudes at the Starbucks, I would have got violated for that.
See? That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. It's like, when you say again with middle America, it's just, it's hard being unapologetically black here, from my personal opinion. Because it's just, first off, I'm not going to apologize. But it's just like, I'll be wanting to say, bitch, are you dumb? Like, are you dumb? Like, you don't think black people have it hard? Oh, well, you know, like this one lady, racism still exists. Well, you wouldn't know, baby. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know because you're white. And you know, sometimes they get upset when you say but you are white. What are you? You're white. You don't know what racism is. You don't have the ability. You don't have the ability to judge what it is. Y'all always been bad at judging what racism is and shit. Like, it's just, like, being here, I'd be so enraged. I'd be so fucking enraged. Because y'all don't like black people, but y'all got all these... Let me be quiet. Let me be quiet. Let me be quiet.
The X was activating. I see it.
It bothers me. It bothers me. Because us as black people, we have to understand that from the minute we were brought here, From the minute that our ancestors were brought here, we we would never ever get freedom from them. We have to take it. We will never get liberation from them.
If it was left in solely their hands, we would still be enslaved.
Yeah, and we still are enslaved.
And what I mean by that is, we only got free because the Confederate States had acquired so much wealth that they really could do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. And the Union states were like, "Oh, we have to put a stop to this, or we're going to lose power. We're going to lose power, and we're going to lose control of this country." And they're going to be able to sustain themselves as a Confederate nation within this country. So, like, again, we'll probably said this, but that shit was all business. That was a business move to have that war.
Yeah.
Slavery was just the free labor that gained the wealth for the Confederate States.
The primary wealth, because you got to have wealth first.
Primary wealth, yes.
Primary wealth.
Exactly. Really, it wasn't about the people. It was about the engine of slavery that built the wealth for the Confederate nation, the Confederate States. So again, when I say if it was up to us, if it was up to them, meaning the Confederate States. No, fuck that. We'll say the Union. The only reason that just slavery stopped is because the Confederates got too big. So yeah, if it was up to them, shit, we'd probably still be slaves right now. If they could figure out, if the Confederates were smart enough to figure out, hey, we'll break bread with y'all somehow, so y'all can eat off of this. Because I guarantee they really didn't give a fuck up north.
You know,
with the exception of Philadelphia, since the Philadelphia was the only state that had, I could be wrong, but hopefully somebody's listening and they will write in. So I'm gonna say this. So Philadelphia was the only state, the city where for a slave, if you were there for 6 months, you were granted freedom. Right? So,
yeah.
With the exception of that city, I can wash my hands and say, like, nobody else gave a fuck. Because they didn't have those laws. Yeah, you can run up there and be free. You can run up there to the north and be free or whatever. But it wasn't in law. You know what I'm saying? You were still a fugitive. You see what I'm saying? If you weren't in
yeah. It's wow. It's just like God fucking damn. And like even here, even this town, even the president who lived in this town though, the shit that he did to win election. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
You know, he was the sole reason that the slaves that the slave masters were granted back. You get the slaves were granted, they had to go back to their slave masters. That's how he won the election. Rutherford B. Hayes, though.
No. Explain that further, because they need to get that fact. Go ahead. Explain that further. Break that down.
So after those amendments were made, I think it was the
13th?
The 13th, yeah. And slaves realized that what was said on paper did not equate in real life. Like, even though y'all said we was free and we were able to get this land, which you all said 40 acres and a mule, they wasn't getting that.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got these slaves roaming around these plantations. You know what I'm saying? But they're free, so they say. So now it was the presidential election between Rutherford B. Hayes and I forgot the other one.
Mm-hmm.
But Rutherford B. Hayes solely granted the slave owners property, their slaves back to the slave owners.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that's how he won the election. and then motherfuckers take their kids to that Rutherford B. Hayes.
That house.
You want that house that looks like a fucking plantation. Let's come on now with that long ass porch and shit. Like when I first came up here, I'm like, this shit, what the fuck? What this shit looking like? You know what I'm saying? In my mind, I see y'all ancestors. I see y'all. I'm mad too. I want to beat the fuck out of them too. You get what I'm saying? It's just like, and our kids not having real knowledge, knowing that their ancestors were put back in chains, and solely by the hands of this man who y'all want my kids to learn so much about. Like, the shit is so fucking. You get what I'm saying? And I don't even think other white people know that shit.
I would hope they don't. I really hope they don't, because if they knew that and they're still that was curriculum in elementary school. Hey, we're gonna go visit the such and such every fucking year. I really hope that's not like common knowledge about him, because they sure didn't say that shit when they was talking about the history of him and his wife and his fucking dog and everything like that when you go there.
Yeah. That's why with President Michael be like, Mama, we going to walk in the park because I'm trying to lose weight. But I'm not going up in that man fucking house. Shit, I'm not. I could just smell sins and transgression up in there, but I'm not going in that motherfucker. Considering the fact that, it's documented how he did his slaves, though. How he tortured them and did all. You think I want to walk in some man's house who killed and slaughtered my ancestors? Hell, no. No, if anything, oh my God, how did that match get there? Oh, the curtain is on fire.
Huh?
You know what I'm saying? How did that match get there?
Oh, shoot.
How did it get there? Like, I don't be giving no fuck. I don't.
Okay. All right. Now we gotta call motherfucking Just Hilarious down to the carpet, bro. We got to call her down.
With me, when it comes to her, like, I'm just gonna be honest, like, I really don't no. Like, she just with the mess and my news is real. Girl, get your motherfucking ass up out of here. But anyway.
So she's under fire for getting some Muslims kicked off. Four bearded Muslim men kicked off her flight. And she claims that the men made her nervous because of their appearance.
Oh my God.
And she made comments to millions of her social media followers while the plane was waiting to take off. The men made her nervous. Clearly, this is exactly what happens to us. Sis, what are you doing? What are you doing? She better hope that there was an investigation done and they was really on some shit, because what she's doing, and it's funny because as soon as you get a little money and status, you start to act like rich white people.
These internets really got her thinking that she ain't black. See, that's what I'm saying. And you ain't even got no real, you can't even put your hand in the whole ponytail, sis.
Oh, come on. Don't do that.
No.
Don't drag her.
Yeah, yes I am. Yes, sir, because they look weird. And here it is, you see motherfuckers just sitting idle in coffee shops. And people are threatening. You get what I'm saying? And you talked about that shit. Just with the best of my news is real. 2 black men were sitting in Starbucks. You get what I'm saying? They're getting profiled. Bitch, you black. You know what I'm saying? If no other race feels disenfranchised, it's black people. That's why we can relate when other motherfuckers feel less than, because we've always felt less than. And you get what I'm saying? Like, we're fucking nobody.
I was just disappointed when I read this article. Like, really,
I'm overly disappointed.
Really?
I'm overly disappointed because the mere fact
the
that
fucking audacity.
Yeah, because they look. Get your motherfucker. And everybody know, and everybody and their mama know that 9/11 was started just to raise that war because America wanted something over there, and they was like a big ass baby rolling all over the floor. I want this, I want that. So if you ain't gonna give me that, so let me devise a plan to make it seem like these people are really a threat. Let's just say, oh yeah, they knocked down a couple of towers and killed these people. Everybody know, anybody who really paid attention, who was really researching, knowing good goddamn well that 9/11 was staged by Americans.
Let's shout out Stephanie Celie for the
I'm just saying.
yeah,
But that's what
conspiracy
America
theories.
do. Let me tell you something. America in a nutshell, when it comes to America and even the presidency and the white, like, look, let me tell you something. That shit ain't one big. There's one big white man that wants something. You know what I'm saying? Because back then, it's this quote. It's only one free person, and he's white and he's male. That's the only free person, and that's the only liberated person in America. He's white and he's male. And when they want what they want,
And we gotta add. You gotta add straight white male to that today.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
What I was going to say. No, I'm not even gonna quantify that. What I'm saying is, as far as with Jess, dog, like what she just did is you oppressing other people. That's a form of oppression. And you use the flight attendant people and the security as a weapon to oppress these four bearded Muslim men. And you should be fucking ashamed of yourself. And you sitting up there doubling down because your ego won't allow you to feel something. You are wrong. What you did was wrong. And you are part of what you became now is a part of the problem that attacks you as well. So, with that being said, I'm ready to move on. Are you ready to move on? Hey!
Yeah, no. Should you? Yeah, no. Should you? Yeah, no. Should you? Yeah, no. I don't know. Should you? Hey, should you? Hey, should you? Should you? I don't know. Should you? Hey, should you? Hey, should you? Hey, should you? I don't know. Should you? Should you? Should you? Should you? I don't know. Should you?
All right. Should you segment? I got two.
Mm-hmm.
Should you take part in the discussions about presidential candidates in 2019?
Hold on one second. Hold on. Do I want to? I don't. I mean, Bren'Tel, when it comes to me and politics, because I can only speak from a personal, like I really didn't begin to learn about the system of politics until I became an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Because, if you realize it, like in the school system, they're not taught about the process of politics and how voting is important to your everyday life, how laws are passed, how this is made because this, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Laws have affected black people been affecting black people because number one, slavery was legal. It was.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody think, you know what I'm saying? Like, you think legal means right. No, slavery was legal. Was that shit right? No.
There's a lot of things at the time that was just the thinking of, the lawmakers at that time, which there were only straight white men at the table. Well, we don't know straight, but presenting to be straight white men who made the laws, who got to sign the Declaration. You know what I'm saying? Who got to sign the amendments and shit. You know what I'm saying? The Constitution. So, like, when they were written, they didn't have you in mind. Yes, I get it. And a lot of people feel as if politics is that same spirit. They don't have you in mind. But me being a person who is big on identity politics, I like to watch who says what as far as on the Democratic side. I like to see who does not shy away from identity politics, who has policies that affect certain people. You know what I'm saying? Marginalized groups. That usually determines if I'm rocking with you or not, right? I say that to say this. In 2019, fam, it doesn't matter who the Democratic nominees are. It doesn't fucking matter at this point. Anything, it don't matter. For me, I'm checking Democratic because I don't fucking want Trump to win again. It's just that simple. It's just that fucking simple. It doesn't matter. It does, but it don't.
Yeah, that's true.
So, that's my answer on it. When should you move in with your significant other? Just a ballpark. Just a ballpark. Are you thinking?
Wow.
It's a good one, huh?
I mean, you know that saying, you never know somebody until you move in with them. So I wouldn't know.
Yeah. So you don't have a time frame? It's just you look at that as one of the deciding factors on getting to know somebody? Is that how you look at it? Am I correct?
I mean, when you move in with somebody, that's when you get to know the real them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like some people have pet peeves.
Yep.
And maybe the person who you with, just really knocking on all your pet peeves. Like, look, let me tell you something. I got a pet peeve about shit being on the floor.
She does. I seen it in action. I seen it.
It's just like when things are on the floor, that gives people the permission to walk on it, to step on it.
And can I say mine?
Yeah.
I like open space. I don't like a lot of like furniture and shit like that. Like I like to keep my rooms simple. And I noticed, well, I don't know. There's some women who that like to, get extra with your furniture and everything like that. And when you got like a closet monster, you know what I'm saying? That's another pet peeve of mine. Oh my God. Yo, organize your clothes. Organize your clothes. But I digress. But go ahead.
Yeah, I don't like clutter. I don't like clutter no way. Like clutter, it gives me anxiety. So, the person who you with, it's just that, moving in with your I think that once you and that individual have made the decision to say, yeah, we are taking this relationship, we're being more monogamous, now it's really serious, now you are a person who, I want to have a future with, I want to marry, one day. Mm-hmm. I think it should be like a trial period. Like, let's live in together for 6 months. You keep what you keep. I keep what I keep. And let's live together for 6 months. Let's cohabitate, just to see if this is something that we want to do forever.
Forever?
Yeah. Because, no. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have
I
to wake up
just
every morning.
wanna take it nice and.
No,
Oh,
I don't want to. I don't want to have to wake up every morning and you already gone and here it is to top off the toothpaste. Like you mean to tell me in between the time of you unscrewing it off, putting the toothpaste on the toothbrush, you couldn't pick it back up and twist it back on there? You get what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. I want to know,
So
how much effort.
I want to know the answer. So there is no definite answer on your part, right?
Look, I think it should just be a trial period. I think,
Okay.
you should move in with them, but it shouldn't be indefinitely. It shouldn't be like, let's move in together because, we want to. No.
Okay.
No.
I got one for you, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to keep it real simple. And to answer that question is when you're ready, when y'all both are ready. So I'm ready.
But how do you know you ready, though?
I say when you both are ready. That means you have to have the conversation and sit down and lay your expectations out, lay your pet peeves out, and you have to have effective communication. You have to be really transparent in order to make that move. Do you agree?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
But you know what? I think I'm speaking from a personal experience only simply because I ain't been in a relationship. Well, I have, but I've never lived with my significant others long enough. You know what I'm saying? It was the most I did all the wifey shit, for fuck niggas. And, they just had this certain criteria. Like, I want you to do this. I was really doing the wifey role, like breakfast and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want your eggs a special way. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like now, because I've been single for so long and I've been on my own for so long, like somebody else coming into my space, like I don't know. I don't know if I want you here, but I want you here for a selective amount of time. Like maybe, maybe 3 days. And that's it. And that's it.
Would you say you are an introvert? Because that sounds like your social battery drains. You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, get the fuck out of here.
No, it's just like because I've been alone for so long, and plus me moving here, I'm not as social as I used to be.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? As to where I'm really out there mingling with people, networking. Yeah, I want to come home to my man, lay up under my man, tell him, how I ran into some dope ass people, some lame ass niggas, and some whack bitches. I want to do that. I want to unwind. And tell, my man everything. I would enjoy that. But it's just here, no. It's nothing to do here. Ain't no networking, ain't no doing this, doing that. So I'm just coming home to tell you how much I don't like being around this, you know what I'm saying? My cokehead coworkers. You feel me? No. No.
Did you get the email?
Let me.
That's probably it right there. That's probably it right there.
Oh, you heard the buzz? You heard the
Yeah.
buzz? Okay. Yes, I did. Would you like me to read it?
Yeah. I'm gonna make some asking for a friend music too.
Okay, so we going into asking for a friend?
Yes. I'm gonna toss it to you because I feel like this should be your segment. You don't, and you don't have to read the name because I want to give people anonymity. You know what I'm saying? You can make up a
I
name.
wasn't gonna read the name,
Okay.
but this email though.
Yeah. So read it, and then we'll both. Do you want to toss it to me then, or you just go in right after you read it?
I'm gonna toss it to you.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Okay. Hold on 1 second.
Boom.
So a friend asked me that if you are talking to someone for a while and they want more as in a relationship, how long is too long to wait for him? He didn't understand how can you want a relationship if you haven't met your kid. She didn't want to introduce me, so she left. Okay. Okay. Well, I got to read it again. So a friend asked me.
I think she meant he left. Let me see. She didn't want to introduce. Oh, she didn't want to introduce him at all, so she just left and exited the situation.
Yeah.
Hey, she just wasn't into you like that, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't ready. He was trying to move fast. That's what that sounded like to me. Like, and this kind of sounded like a red flag of like controlling, manipulating type dude. What you think?
Wow, so they haven't met. Oh, wow. Wow. Shit, dating 2019.
Like, I find it weird when dudes like, I want to meet your kids like super early. You know what I mean? Or women too. You know what I'm saying?
You know, females, and not even to just get off into this, but females just think once they meet the kids and the mama, that they, in first place. Bitch, you shouldn't even have a place. You should be it and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like niggas is letting these females meet everybody.
Mm.
The great grandma, the grandmama, her sister, hell, they little special cousin, the one that be slobbing and drinking.
All right. That's enough.
She beating every fucking body. I'm just saying.
My goodness. You're a hoot.
How am I a hoot? Nigga, because you know that's how it is when the family gatherings come up. And you know in your family you got one cousin that bring a new one every year, every 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
And here it is, y'all. You know you got one bold cousin. Hey man, what happened to that light skinned thick one? Oh man, you know she was crazy. Bitch tried to get me locked up. He was like, but this one right here, Joe, she good. She got good credit and shit. You know, she worked for the state. She ain't got no kids. You know what I'm saying? She got a good apartment. That's her car. You see what car she be? Yeah. She legit. I got me a real one. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness.
Whole time though, girl feet look like, you know what I'm saying? He-Man's feet. You know what? I'm leaving it alone.
Okay.
Today.
No, but you need where do you stand on the email?
Wow. I mean, I would have done the same thing too.
So you'd have left him alone?
Hell yeah.
Okay. But what's your reasoning for leaving him alone?
Because right here, look. First off, okay, let's go. They want me. Oh, for him, he didn't understand. How can you want a relationship if I haven't met you kids?
Yeah, your kids. Yeah, I think that's a year. What do you think?
You kids. Oh wow. She didn't want to introduce, so she left. But these females, though, like, he don't want you to meet his kid.
No, it's the other way around.
Oh.
Yeah, he wanted to meet her kid.
Oh. Damn, niggas thirsty. They want families. And these niggas running away from their families and shit. Niggas abandoning their responsibilities.
So what is your dealing on it? So you agree with the woman?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I still feel like it just come off weird. and aggressive and like pushy. You know what I'm saying? Wait till somebody ready to introduce you to their damn kids. What the hell's wrong with you? All right. I have nothing else to podcast about. So I don't feel like going to work tomorrow. I really don't.
No.
But I can't afford to quit. With that being said, until next episode, hey, podcast every day.
When I introduce you, I'm gonna say, this is a friend of mine. That means you're a connected guy. Now, if I said instead, this is a friend of ours, that would mean you were a made guy. Capisci?
Hey yo, no matter how you shake it or weigh it up, you treat this shit like the mob, nigga. Like the mafia. We real mob guys, with real mob ties. When they took Machine Gun Black, we all cried. Cracked the window in the kitchen, let the hard drive. I got a true hustler story in my hard drive. We real mob guys, with real mob ties. When they took Machine Gun Black, they all cried. Cracked the window in the kitchen, let the hard drive. I got a true hustler story in my hard drive. We real mob guys. I fed my family off of dope cause the system was by.